Let's see it.
Charlie Bahama Show. Charlie Bahama Show. Charlie Bahama Show. Charlie Bahama Show. Charlie Bahama Show.
It's the Charlie Bahama Show. Yeah.
Boy, Tony, this is too early in the morning for me, man. Hey, welcome to the Charlie Bahama Show. It is your boy, Charlie Bahama, and we are here at Odyssey because we're going on a little puddle jumper over to Stanyo Cay. That's right, in Exuma, because we're going to have a really fun adventure show. We're going to be going underwater. We have amazing underwater Bahamians, too. That's what's exciting. We have Andre Musgrove. We got Alana Valakot. These are folks that have been diving all around the world, but they're going to tell us their favorite spots in the Bahamas and around the world. But I'm sure they're going to pick the Bahamas as their favorite spots. And also, the guy, the legend, Stuart Cove, he's the one who certified me a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, no, many years ago. So I'm going to talk to him as well. It's going to be great to see him. And we're going to see the Exuma Keys. And we're going to also see and hear from scientists that are coming from around the world to see the beauty that we have underwater. We're going to talk about marine conservation, just saving our Bahamian islands underwater and above. All right, so the Charlie Bahama Show. Come on, adventure. Too early, man, too early. The Charlie Bahama Show is brought to you by KFC. Ignite your senses with the exciting flavors of KFC. And brought to you by Superwash, where they washes you, dries you, presses you 24/7. And brought to you by Havana Tour Bahamas, your Cuba specialist. The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back. Keep up with all things Charlie Bahama by following Charlie Bahama on all our social media pages. Get behind-the-scenes access to Bahamian and international celebrities, along with travel info, tips, photography, and video. Like, share, and follow Charlie Bahama on all social media platforms. And subscribe to our Charlie Bahama YouTube page to catch up on all past episodes and bonus clips. You can also go to charliebahama.com anytime. We always keep the lights on. The Charlie Bahama Show. All that same flair with a little less hair.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show. And now we are here in the beautiful Stanyo Cay, one of my favorite places in the world, with one of my favorite people in the world, Kiran. Man, look here. You come to Stanyo Cay, you got to come see Kiran, Stanyo Cay Adventures. It's an adventure. Go back, look on the YouTube, you'll see the adventure we went with Kiran. Today I ain't gonna make Kiran work hard. He just welcomed me here to Stanyo Cay before we go out. And boy, today we have an exciting show. We can go, a little bit. But another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to see Stanyo Cay without going to the swimming pigs. Because, it's so much more to Stanyo Cay.
More, yeah, absolutely.
Of course, going with you on adventure. You do add the swimming pigs because people love the swimming pigs.
Notably, for sure.
But what else could people do? And on your tour, you show throughout Stanyo Cay or in the area?
I mean, there's no shortage of beautiful things to see around here, whether you find yourself being a fan of coral reefs and like it's snorkeling or scuba diving, that's available as well. If you just like lounging away at beaches and sandbar, there's no shortage of those. I mean, you just kind of pick where you want to be and you could more or less oftentimes have the place to yourself. If you just like island hopping, kind of boating around, maybe checking out beach bars, there's a few of them available around in the area where you could just make a day, kind of like an island treasure hunt type deal, bar hopping, bar crawl, so to speak. And then obviously if you're more adventurous and like enthusiast, there's fishing ventures that are available. You can do shallow fishing, you can do deep sea fishing, you can get into shark spear fishing, but it's most of what we offer is a lot of nature-based activities and enjoying the environment that we have here in the beautiful Exuma Cays.
Yeah, man, no better tour guide than Kiran here. And today I'm going to actually go over to some place I hadn't been much before, Big Sampson. And we're going to be with some great divers, Andre Musgrove, Stuart Cove, who taught me how to dive.
Nice.
And also some environmentalists. We're going to be swimming in the cut over there, Big Sampson Cut, because we want to make sure preserve Stanyo Cay and all the Exumas to be pristine and, make sure no overdevelopment happening over there. But also, because last time when we did the show, SAC Sock in the house.
Absolutely, 100%.
Neville, my cameraman, he upset because he couldn't get into sock.
He's one of them.
We just kidding. We inclusive, man. We inclusive. But you know, this year is 80 years of St. Augustine College.
For sure.
That's why we have excellence here, man. Excellence in the house. Me, they ain't too proud of, but people like Kieran. Anyway, Kieran, thank you again for that. You're like the young mayor of Stanyu Cay, so I have to come by here first to get the okay from the mayor. So anyway, more Charlie Bahama in and around Stanyu Cay right after this. The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back. Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and as I promised, I have the legend here, the diving legend Stuart Cove, who about 30 years ago is the person that got me certified so that I could see 70% of the Bahamas, which is underwater. The most beautiful part of the Bahamas is underwater because ain't no people down there.
No people.
I'm just kidding, but Stuart, man, thank you so much for coming back on, because you were on my show back in the day with Electric Air when we used to take the Miss Bahamas. You remember the Miss Bahamas' shark diving?
Yeah, how could I not? We brought them back though.
Yeah, all of them made it back up, no sharks ate them. So, Stuart, I know you've been diving your entire life. So what got you into diving?
Well, my father was into diving when I was a youngster, and he took me breaking all the rules when I was 5 on my first dive. And then my uncle had a dive operation, M&M Tours at the Yacht Haven. And I would work on that boat, I was the fin boy.
Yeah.
Give out the fins, the masts, that kind of thing. And when they all went diving, I'd go diving by myself and go check out the reef. And not supposed to, but I did. That's rule number 1, don't dive by yourself.
Right. We're right now in the Exuma Keys, which is, some of the best in the world. You've dived, he keeps correcting me, dived throughout the Bahamas. Do you have any favorite spots in the Bahamas for diving?
I do. There's, here in the Exumas, up in the northern part, there's a wall there off of Long Key.
Ah.
That's really spectacular. And they also have a drift dive off of Spirit Key in the northern Exumas. And those are 2 of my favorite dives, other than, of course, my dives in New Providence.
Of course. I mean, they're legendary. The shark dives, and then diving the wall, which is, you took me for a bounce down the wall one time. It's really cool. And what's cool about you is that you have gotten a lot of Bahamians into diving. Even people like Andre Musgrove, who is on this dive with us, this gig that we're doing, he said he started out by you.
He did. We want Bahamians to dive and know that there's a way to make a living through diving.
Right. But there are a lot of celebrities. Like every Bond, went through Stuart Cove to learn how to dive. So tell me about, diving with like Sean Connery and Roger Moore.
Well, Roger Moore was a cool character, no problems with him at all. But Sean Connery, nicest man I ever met, but a scary cat when it came to getting in the water. He didn't like getting wet.
Wow, but he looked cool doing it, so, he's a good
doubles.
actor.
No, those are doubles.
Oh, okay. See, they still giving you some secrets. Before we go, because we're here talking about conservation, marine, protection and stuff like that, because this is something near and dear to our hearts, and especially you, because you make your livelihood with the ocean and the water. What can you tell Bahamians out there about, preserving the marine life and the water, and what we should do?
Well, one of the most important things is don't litter in the ocean.
Right.
Keep the Bahamas beautiful.
Keep it beautiful, pristine, clean, and for our generations to come. Well, Stuart, man, listen, it's so good to be with you again here on TV.
It's so good to see you, Charlie.
Yeah. So I think we should just go for a dive.
Let's go.
We're going to show you some underwater right now, okay? Charlie Bahama, more after this. The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back. Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and I am out here floating in the Exumas with the man, the underwater man, I guess the Bahamian Aquaman. Andre Musgrove is in the water.
Not in the house.
Not in the house, in the water. So Andre, it's good to have you on the show. Finally, we've worked a lot behind the scenes. Even some of the films I did, you shot, underwater. You shot underwater for a lot of people. I mean, in your own films as well.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, we got to start at the beginning. What got you into this?
So I started in the underwater world through spearfishing. My dad always used to take me spearfishing around the islands, Nassau, Abaco, Eleuthera growing up, and I always found it really interesting and fun just to be underwater. But a lot of my friends and even my mom didn't go underwater. They weren't divers, they weren't free divers, so that was the thing that inspired me to pick up the camera to be able to show them the videos and stuff that we do afterwards. And that's pretty much where it started.
Wow, that's cool also because Stuart Cove is on the show, and Stuart Cove has a link. We have a link because Stuart is where I learned to dive. I got certified with Stuart, and we started, doing my first show probably before you was born, Electric Air. And with Stuart Cove, I used to take the Miss Bahamas diving, and it was like to get Bahamians to know, hey, there's a lot underwater, and it's so. For you to do this, it's rare. A lot of Bahamians don't do underwater like you do, and you've taken it to another level where you are not only shooting the Bahamas but around the world. I'll put you on the spot. You've dove probably everywhere in the Bahamas. Where's some of your favorites in the Bahamas, and what is there to see down there?
Well, one of my favorites in the Bahamas is where we are right now, in Exuma. It's beautiful. The Exuma Keys has so much stuff to offer when it comes to fish, marine life, sharks, eagle rays, caves, so much variety in such a small area. And it's usually always calm weather and good weather. Everybody's smiling and sunny in Exuma, rarely ever raining. Also up in Bimini, down in Ragged Island, Long Island, for big sharks, different shark species, blue holes down in Long Island and Ragged Island. So every place in the Bahamas has something little to offer that makes it really, really special.
Yeah, that is true with the Bahamas. I mean, you could go not only on top. We got so many different islands, have so many different things and places to see. The Bahamas is really extraordinary, but underwater, and that's why we got to get, Bahamians diving, the youth. So what would you say for other young, Bahamians to maybe become Andre Musgrove?
Well, I would encourage them to become and be their best self. And if they're interested in the ocean or underwater world, I'd say if they need to take swimming lessons or go with somebody who knows how to swim and do everything safely would be the first step. And then just educate yourself. YouTube I didn't go to university or college for anything that I did. I just did YouTube and kind of learned from people who are better than me, they're more experienced than me. And that's the same advice I would give them if they want to do underwater stuff or just do something completely different. YouTube, research, look online. If you have a Wi-Fi connection and a phone, you can do so much.
I guess, it's time for us to go in here. Like you say, this is one of your favorite spots. This is the Big Sampson, the cut.
Big Sampson Cay cut, yeah, with a lot of marine life here, turtles everywhere you look, fish, barracuda, sharks sometimes. So you never know what you're going to see until you go down there.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So well, I guess that's for us to go down there. I'm going to keep my shirt on because I don't want to make you look bad, But we're going to go down, so follow us down with Andre Musgrove. Andre, it's good to have you, man.
Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate it.
Let's go. The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back. Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show. And as you can see, I'm out of the water with Andre, I guess the male Bahamian Aquaman. And now I am here with our Bahamian mermaid, Alana Valakot. And Alana, it's good to have you on the show. We know each other from work in the past, but you have really been doing amazing things. And what would you call yourself? I mean, we said mermaid, Bahamian mermaid, but you're educated. So tell us about what your title is.
Sure, I'm a marine ecologist, but I'm also an ocean advocate. So I speak for the oceans.
And a marine ecologist, what would that entail?
A marine ecologist is a scientist or a marine scientist who focuses on ecosystems and how these ecological communities all fit together in this one space. So for coastal ecosystems, you have coral reef communities, you have maybe fish communities, benthic communities, you have your mangrove communities, and all of them together make up a coastal ecosystem. And I really enjoy puzzles, and ecosystems to me are almost like a puzzle.
Wow. So what got you into this?
So I grew up in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and I was raised in a small fishing community. All of my neighbors were subsistence fishermen. I discovered that my neighbors were the same age as me, and they were just as wild and crazy as I was. And so as soon as I was able to go outside on my own, we were just gone, out playing in the mangroves, looking for fish, fishing, picking up conch and spearing fish and spearing lobster, and we'd bring it back home to our families and we'd talk about our day. But my dad was a biologist or a biology teacher, and he would explain all of the phenomena that I was experiencing. And then my mom, she was a police officer, so a big humanitarian. So I grew up respecting the planet and respecting and wanting to know more about the ocean, and also respecting people and wanting to understand people.
So were you like a tomboy in the neighborhood?
Absolutely. In trees, out of trees, in the water, in the dirt, no shoes.
Scratch knee. So what would you say to other young Bahamian girls who, because it's not, I guess, an area where a lot of Bahamians are in, for one, but also Bahamian girls or women?
This is absolutely a result of lack of access and lack of exposure and lack of celebration. The ocean is for everyone. It's not just for a specific group of people. If you like the ocean, if you like bugs, if you like lizards, go for it. If that's what you want to study, that's what you want to study. If that's what you want to learn about or play in, you should just go for it. You have one ticket on this wild ride of life. How are you going to ride it? How are you going to spend it? So if you want to do something cool and your parents are supportive, or maybe they're not, just go for it. Just do it.
Yeah, that's it. Just do it. That'd be a good slogan for somebody. But before we go, you've dived all throughout the Bahamas. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Where is your favorite spot? Can you even name your favorite?
That's really hard. The Exumas are so pretty, but my favorite island to do things are... Then we cut to commercial and nobody knows.
All right, I won't put you on the spot because all the family islands are our family. But Alana, so good to have you on the show, and continue, great success in your career in the Bahamas and around the world.
Thank you.
Bringing inspiration to young Bahamian girls around the Bahamas. More Charlie Bahama right after this. If you want more Charlie Bahama, go to any of our social media pages or subscribe to the Charlie Bahama YouTube page. Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and I am here with a legend here, Joseph Darville, but everybody knows him as Uncle Joe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What got you into this? Like, when did you start getting into the love of the environment?
Well, actually, from when I was a little boy growing up on Long Island, actually the environment was part of our living. Everything that we ate came from the environment, either from the sea or from the mangroves, or from diving into the coral reefs, etc. So that was born in me, and it was providential that as I grew older, I became involved in actually the fundamental scientific ways of dealing with the environment, and actually beginning an environmental group many years ago called Youth Environmental Ambassadors, and then we evolved into the cadets, which under the Waterkeepers Bahamas. And actually the cadets, they do everything, including scuba diving. They visit, they measure the water, they measure everything related to the environment, particularly the ocean and the land and the drinking water.
Wow, the way you speak, you're like an environmental prophet. The way it's just really...
Well, I always say that at this age of 83 years old, if I thought I would still be able and to be around in this type of work, I would say, no, you're kidding me, brother. But I love it still, and as long as I have breath, I'm going to keep going.
Wow.
And people ask, Uncle Joe, when are you going to get old? I said, I don't have time to get old. So one of the things that amazed me here on Big Sampson Cay was the fact that we came, and behold, there is a huge developing environmental place here, wetlands, with a whole plethora of red and black mangroves developing, and then the young propagules are all spreading out here, and then it's fed by the pure nutrient water from the ocean.
Wow.
I mean, you can't ask for more than that on an island like this, a key like this, a Big Sampson Cay.
Yeah.
And so I was absolutely enthralled, and I got to be bringing my students here to see this phenomenal, and then all of the beauty and the greatness around this particular Big Sampson Cay. If I go to heaven and I don't find as beautiful as this here on earth, I want to come back. And so we got to keep it, and we got to keep it for future generations. We cannot allow it to be overdeveloped. We must maintain the natural beauty with which God has established it in the most beautiful place on planet Earth, the archipelagic nation of the Bahamas, the cleanest ocean, and the cleanest air. So
Amen.
what more can I ask for?
Oh, well, I know what we could ask for. We could ask that no overdevelopment, dredge as least as you can. Don't build these, at least in the out island, these mega structures in the out islands. Just, be respectful of.
Exactly. See, the temptation here is because this is a wide open space and there's an entrance from the ocean feeding this. There might be a temptation to dredge and bring big ships in here. For God's sake, no. Leave this here. We're going to leave this for future generations, because the fish will come in here, the birds will come in, the seabirds, the turtles, etc. And that will restore the whole panorama of how we are to preserve Mother Earth, the belly of Mother Earth.
Amen.
We stand on her. Everything that we are come from her except the soul. And so we got to be mindful of that. Right now I can feel her energy vibrating through my body.
I feel it too. I feel it too. I'm telling you, the environmental prophet. Well, listen, we can leave it at that.
Yeah,
Charlie Bahama, let's go take a walk, and you'll stay there, all right? We can take a walk, all right? Let's go, Uncle Joe.
Now you see those things sticking up out of the ground?
Charlie Bahama, coming back. Well, thanks for watching the Charlie Bahama Show this week from Staniel Cay, the area here where Pig Beach is behind us, but we did not go to it because there's so much to do here in the Exuma Keys, Staniel Cay area over at Big Sampson without going to Big Majors and seeing those swimming pigs, who I love because, the film Pigs of Paradise, which you can catch on Amazon Prime, so go watch that. It was a good film, and we love the story of the swimming pigs, but there's so much more, especially under the water here, where we featured here, and with my mentor, Stuart Cove. It's so good to be back with him. He got me certified, Patty. And then we have the new youngins, Andre Musgrove and Alana, who also are doing amazing things underwater. And of course, our Uncle Joe, who told us about the mangroves and stuff above the water, because there's a symbiotic relationship here, okay? And we gotta make sure to keep it pristine, okay? And just make sure we don't kill our planet, kill our beautiful Bahamas, because it's so much to see here, all right? And I want you guys to come and see it. Until then, go to all our Charlie Bahama socials, TikTok, Instagram, and of course, go to the Charlie Bahama YouTube page and subscribe, okay? Do it now, okay? Until next week, I want to see you out there. Go, check out the Bahamas. Show them, Neville, show them the Bahamas.
Charlie Bahama Show. 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 Charlie Bahama Show.
Yeah.